Alright, fam! Welcome to this show. I don't trust this pump. Now, when we were planning the show, it was a pump. Now it's not a pump. I don't trust this pump, and I think you shouldn't too. So this is what we're gonna talk about. We'll do some charting here, and I'm gonna share my thoughts. And yeah, I think I want to take this show a little bit more as a discussion. I want your tokens to bring in. We're gonna have a Q&A at the end. But the general idea is that I just simply don't trust it. And I know everybody's calling for the bottom, and we should be over, and we should be going up to the moon. I don't think that's the case. And I'm happy to come here and share my thoughts. If you're here, let me know what's happening. I see a lot of people here. I see a lot of people watching, but not a lot of likes. So let's do that as well. Let me boil down what I'm thinking, and then we got back here onto a Q&A. Let's go. So, multiple things. I'm still, if you've been following my content, you kind of know that this is what I've been thinking. Who's that girl? Kind of been thinking the bull market is over. By the definition, you know, I think that we are going into a correction. We're already down 50% from the tops, 40-50% of most of the tokens, but I do think that we're going to go a little bit lower. I think we're going to hit like the 60-70% on most of the coins, and I'm talking about, you know, anything that's not Bitcoin, Ethereum, and possibly Solana. Although Solana is down 40% as well. And so I wanted to believe, so if you're in I have this private group, it's free, it's on Telegram, you can join in. But in here, if you're not in here, the basic idea was that we basically long the bottom, like Pico bottom, right? And after we saw this confirmation happen here, there was a higher high here on the 15-minute chart, a beautiful higher high after we had this W formation. And I was like, we're long in, and I longed 30x, I longed Solana, I longed everything I could, and I shared it all in the community. And yesterday, I closed them in. I said, I cut, oh, where is it actually? I said, close the ZAC trade fully and another 25% of the SOL trade. No, that's not the one update. I posted it today. Closed all long positions, dropped an update in 20 minutes. So I dropped an update on the 100x Club. It is my trading channel, so you can get these daily updates there. I'm not every day here, but I'm here 2-3 times a week, and I'm dropping these very short updates every single day on the 100x Club. And on there, I explained that the reason why I closed is because if you look here, and if you like try to imagine, try to take everything out. What's funny, cuz? What's funny? Cuz he's finally back in the office and he's laughing mid-show. Cuz, we gotta listen to this. We have to listen to cuz. What's funny? Tell me, what's funny, cuz? The snus is hitting you. That's what's happening. The nicotine pouch is hitting you. Do you guys use nicotine pouches? Like in the chat? Not just asking. Yo, Fefe from Seattle. What's good? What's good? Legend. CME gap needs to be filled, right? It's around 103. We'll see. Fefe, hey, cuz. Hey. This cycle has really made me consider being Bitcoin maxi. Yeah, it made me consider going back to kindergarten, bro. Stop the show, everyone. Okay. So, I miss these live streams where we just rumble, where we just talk, where we just chat. I even have, cuz, I hope that you're gonna, like, I have this shisha here. I hope that you're gonna, like, make this shisha happen, but you didn't. Like, I don't know, I have to do the show without the shisha. Anyway. No, I use weed. Good man. Good lad. I did currently trying to stop. Made me do it. Just sold. I'm super happy if you did, because the market is, I mean, if you sold into this, your trades, I think you're pretty happy. I mean, when I sold Zcash, it's down 25%. I know some who already multi-cycle. I know. but if you're trading, I mean, 25% is, yeah, it's not. You know, I'm happy I sold it. They recede your drums bad. Yeah, they also make you shit. No, I'm just joking. Check USDT dominance chart. We will do a lot of Q&As. No weed patches. First of all, very important disclaimer: no financial advice. I'm not a financial and health advisor. No financial advice. Please do your own research always. Okay. So weed patches. I would never use a weed patch. But that could be actually a smart idea. Can you look it up if there are weed patches? Can you look up if there are weed patches? I don't know if we can show it on screen, so let's not do that. But it's weed is very dangerous. Do not do weed. All that. Miss these live shows. Yeah, I miss these live shows as well. Today I was like, you know, we're gonna do one of these live shows. We just gotta go at it. You know, I genuinely wanted to make this happen. There is, oh my god, 20 milligrams? That's a lot. Okay, all 20% pump, now 30% dump. Of course, I use snus to numb the pain from the trades, yes. I still have my ape short on LOL. Okay, sold most of my longs, thinking of DCing on some very, very soon. Ren holding Zcash for 15 years. Bud opposes, come on for that. Okay, so if you look at this, my whole thinking behind this whole thing was, you know, if you take everything out, like I'm gonna take you on a journey now, okay? Forget everything. Forget that we're in a bull market or bear market or debate or Fefe is bearish, Ren is bullish. Like, forget everything. You know what? I'm actually gonna do it in a way that I'm so gonna forget everything that I'm gonna remove everything from my chart. Like, I'm gonna go into the weekly chart, right? And I'm gonna open up the weekly chart. And I'm gonna look at the weekly chart here. And I'm gonna start thinking, what should I do? If I look at this weekly chart, I see two things, right? One of them is, holy fuck, I didn't even see this. On Bitcoin, there is no 3 consecutive candles on the weekly, bro. It's not even a bottom on Bitcoin. It's not even a strong level. It's only on the total. Anyway, let's look at the total, because that's what I analyze always, total. Let's do total. But I don't want to remove my charts there. I'm going to do Bitcoin. So if you look here, and I don't ask me for now, we will do the Q&A, to go down onto the Cardano and XRP and all those charts. We can look at them later. If I look at this, I would say this could potentially be, this is an order block, by the way. A weekly order block that created a high here. And then somehow it's coming down slowly into this. So you could say it's something like an elevator up and then stairs down. I would be like, okay, this could be an interesting buying opportunity. So I might start buying here. And then I have to go on to the daily chart and be like, okay, so let's dig deeper. Because now I see that the weekly is kind of bullish. Let's dig deep. I'm just looking at this chart, bro. And I'm telling you, maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm looking at this chart. I think by the weekend, we're going to be under 100K. Cost says no. We'll see. So I look at this chart and I go, okay, well, if it's a daily chart, then I would probably need to see no break in daily. And I do see the break in the daily. Obviously, you follow my content, you know this. So if there is a break in the daily, I'm like, okay, no problem, because this is still just a pullback on the weekly, right? That's what I would be thinking. And then I look here and I say, okay, so what would be, if there is a daily break and I want to disconnect from everything and be like, okay, there's no bears, no bulls, no FOMC, no rate cuts, no extended market, no nothing like that, okay? Just the charts. And I say, if this is a weekly pullback, then I would need to see a daily break of structure. That's normal, because for me to have, if I look at the higher time frame, right? If I look at the higher time frame here, this is the weekly chart. For me to see in the weekly chart, this is how the daily chart looks. It's just normal market structure, right? There's highs and lows in the daily chart. And for me to see a pullback on the daily, on the weekly chart, I would need to see a break on the daily. So I'm not worried about this if, again, I take everything out. Just look at the chart. Okay, so there is a big break on the daily. Amazing. That means we started the pullback, right? On the weekly chart. Amazing. So if we started the pullback on the weekly chart, what would stop that pullback? Because you've been with me for like, what? Almost 2 years now. A year and a half. Yes. Tell me, and also you guys in the comments, what would you need to see a continuation on the weekly chart? What do I need to see on the daily chart to see that we are going to target this drawn liquidity? What would, on Bitcoin, what would you need to see? Okay, because it's fired. Guys, who knows what we need to see? Slovenia, zdravo. When to sell the rest of the plot? If we bounce. Market structure shift. Harsh, I'm sending you $20. Not even kidding. Send your address in DM for me, and I'm sending you $20. Okay, amazing. Exactly. You guys are a bit slower than Harsh, but I appreciate it. Yes, so you need to see a higher high on daily. It's just, the math is mathing, okay? And not the math that you're thinking about, of the crystal. I'm talking about like the mathematics. So if you look here, I say, beautiful, 3 consecutive candles right here. Beautiful order block on the daily chart, beautiful. So I go, the only way this rally continues is if we are able to break above this order block, right? Because why? It's just, as I explained, if you're seeing a pullback on the daily, you need to see a market structure shift on the daily for this to continue up on the higher time frame. It's just simple. So when I see that, I go, okay, no problem. What is the level? The level is here. Let me mark it. The level is here at 11,236. I got the 8 milligram now. This is the 11,236. Okay? That's the break I need to see above. Not a wick, not a this, but an actual impulsive break. Something that we've seen here. 4 consecutive candles. I need to see the same thing to confirm the reversal. Amazing. Or a reversal on the lower time frame and continuation on the high time frame. Amazing. So that means that we should not reject from this area. What would be the rejection cause? What is the next? Who knows what is the next time frame we're looking at? So now that we have the daily, what are we looking at? Cause this is your chance to shine. What are we looking at? If we already looked at the daily chart, what time frame do we need to not see a rejection at here?
Lower time frame.
What is the lower time frame?
You were on 4 hours.
I was on the daily.
4 hours.
So we go on the 4 hour. Cuz got it right. Exactly. 4 hour. You see, amazing. So many people understand. I'm so happy. Okay, so we need to see. We shouldn't see a break or rejection on the 4 hour time frame. That means we shouldn't see a rejection. Let me just zoom in here. We shouldn't see a rejection in this area, right? Let me just delete this weekly here because it doesn't matter now. We're on a daily chart. I shouldn't see a 4 hour rejection here. Now, how will I anticipate a 4 hour rejection? How does a 4 hour rejection start? If I go back here again and I say this is the 4 hour market structure, right? Let me just draw it normally. This is the 4 hour market structure. What do I need to see here? To see that this is gonna be the 4 hour rejection. What happens here first? Who knows what happens there first? 1 hour, Kara! You got it, Kara. Amazing. Someone is saying 15 minutes, that's very good. Yes, you start with the 5 minute, then the 15 minute, then the hourly, then the 4 hour, then the daily, you know? Exactly, so cool. So many people see and understand, it's amazing. So then I go, okay, amazing. So then now we identified that we should not see a 4 hour. What is the 4 hour level? Well, my 4 hour level is down here, right? I can say this is my 4 hour. You know what? I'm gonna be very generous here and I'm gonna use this entire area as the 4 hour low because I'll be like, I'm in a generous mood today. So if I go into the 1 hour chart, I should not see a rejection. Now, here's the good news. This is not a 1 hour rejection yet. Why? Because there has to be a close above the previous high to confirm a market structure break, meaning a continuation of the 1 hour trend. If I don't see that, this is nothing else but a liquidity grab, okay? Nothing else but a liquidity grab. Okay, amazing. So then now we confirm that this is not an hourly reversal. That means that because we have an elevator up and stairs down on the 4 hour, most likely the probability on our side says that we're going to see another push here. Fantastic. That means that from the 50% level, we could take long positions. Guess what? We just came back to the 50% level. So I'm not gonna mix in the short time frame now. I'm not gonna mix in the scalps. We're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But ultimately, what I'm expecting is an hourly rejection. Until we see an hourly rejection in this high time frame, OB, we're good. We're good. Now we don't see that, therefore I anticipate that we're gonna have one more push here and we have to reevaluate when this happens. Or the 1 hour rejection is actually the same as the 4 hour rejection and we just go down here, close below, and then continue lower. So where does this leave us? It leaves us with a couple of things. One is that I do believe that if we see a 15-minute market structure shift, meaning we see a higher high formed here, it's a great scalp long an opportunity. You've got to stop here and then you just ride it to draw on liquidity up here at 107,500, okay? 107,500. That's actually a great trade if we see a great market structure shift here. We can go here, we can target this liquidity. It's 1,215, so actually I would just wait for the 50% here, and this would be a beautiful trade. But what if we actually see on the 15-minute some kind of rejection here? Because that's what actually you see. You see a 15-minute break above here to the previous high. Therefore, on the 15-minute, this is a market structure break, meaning this is signaling for us that we are going to see continuation to the upside. But then what happens is a break below, because this level is the low that was creating the new high. And guess what happens? An immediate sell-off. And not only that, if you want to go deeper, I just want to plug the free Telegram. Guys, I'm going to do a course. It's going to be in there. It's free to join. Do that. Link in the description.
And I'm going to pin it.
And Cuz is going to pin it. Let's see as Cuz pins it. Let's see. Well, drum roll. Do I have drum roll here? No, I don't. I don't have drum roll? Why? Okay, anyway. Cuz pinned it. Okay, amazing. So, that said, and bear with me here, that said, that unfortunately, if we go up here and you think this is a great long, but we show another reaction here, I guarantee, no guarantees, YouTube, please, no guarantees, no financial advice as well. I don't know anything, just do your own research. But I believe that we're going to reject, and people who are long in this, going to get trapped. And now you're completely confused. Like, what do I do? Long or short, or what do I do? The best thing to do is wait. Because the only thing where you can really screw everything up here is if you start taking longs too early and get washed, or try taking shorts too early and get washed. If you understand what I just explained, and if you haven't, please go back and rewatch the show. I also summarized this on the 100x Club on today's update very briefly. But basically what I believe is going to happen is that the fact that we see accumulation happening right below a daily order block, I do not see a way or reason to start calling for the bottom. I just don't. That said, and I'm not even talking about this daily engulfing, bro. If we close below here on a Tuesday. So anyway, so I believe that we're going to pump here, and Euphoria is already taking over crypto Twitter. Everybody's so, the people who longed here and who longed here and here and here, and they actually longed here as well. They're telling you that they marked the bottom so perfectly, and this is going to be, and they caught it, and these guys are going to get caught with their pants down if we reject. Again, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know if we are going to reject, but the probabilities are that we will, and I think it's foolish to long into this. Now, this is the reason why I closed all my long positions, because this can just start rejecting from here. Either from here, or we have a final bounce and reject from here. But ultimately, unfortunately, if I look at the daily chart, if I look at the 4-hour chart, if I look at any of this, and if I hear that the bottom is in and it's confirmed and we're going higher and all-time highs incoming, I'm gonna lose even the hair that I have. So please, please do not get caught with your pants down. This is the most important thing. I do believe that we are going to have a push. The probability is that we don't have the push, but I do believe that we are going to have a little bit of a push here into the daily OB. And maybe it's between today and Friday, we're gonna have a major decision on the market to make. I think it's gonna be this week, maybe it's gonna be next week, depending on how this whole thing plays out. But ultimately, I do believe that that is going to be the big decision. And we need to decide, and the market needs to decide, if it will reject from the daily order block or it will just simply start going down from here. The good news is, if we don't reject, let's say that we push here extremely, impulsively, and there is good news coming, and the Trump kids are longing on hyperliquid, and all that stuff, and we close above here, that's amazing, because now you would think, and I'm just, pouring my thoughts into this whole thing. Now you would think, oh, amazing! Fefe said if there is a break above on the 11,111,236, it is, all-time highs. Here is the other catch. Usually what markets do is they retrace 50%, okay? If you look at this, the real 50% pullback did not happen from this level. So the actual market structure that I can look at is this, 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 and this. That means that this is the current zone. This is the area where the market is still in a downtrend. So even though if we manage to close above there, the reason why I'm not gonna flip extremely bullish and start calling for new all-time highs is because there is a major 4-hour and daily high up here at 114,000. So all I'm trying to say here is that for everybody who believes the bottom is in, and everybody who believes that I'm gonna miss the top and whatever, and everybody who wants to long this and have the urge to long because you're gonna miss a 5% move, I am not long. I can't tell you what you do, but I am not longing. Because if you just look at the chart, it screams short. It just screams and screams for lower. And the lower, and also I want you remember that this is not unheard of. This was no API outage and whatever. This is not unheard of after having a break below and a little bit of retrace. If we would do that, Bitcoin goes to 85,000. And I'm still not saying that it's like, oh my God, you should sell everything now and whatnot. But I'm just saying that this here is an absolute probable outcome if you look at the chart. And I didn't even talk about the fact that who is ready to buy now, other than the boom boys? Who is buying? Who is buying now? I mean, Tom Lee bought $400 million worth of ETH. Let's look at the ETH chart. He just bought let that sink in. He just bought $400 million worth of Ethereum. Ethereum had a 10% pump from, let's say from the very, this was the liquidation by the way, but let's say from the very bottom. Let's say from the very, bottom, a 15% move up. $400 million. Anyway, you do whatever you want to do. I just know that time will tell and we'll see what really happens. But if you are telling me that you're long in here because this is the breakout and all this stuff that you're drawing on the chart, God be with you. Otherwise, you can just take it step by step and take it level by level. Let me just read this thing. Also, I want to say one more thing. As these things come, like again, for me, what is very important, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we're going to have a major crash. Maybe we're going to grind up slowly. Maybe I'm completely missing the plot here. But one thing is certain, that there will be a time when everybody will be exposed. And one of the major things you can do if you keep your money in exchanges is to actually choose a great exchange. And I feel about this very strongly, stronger than ever. OKX, they are partners, and I'm extremely grateful for them. Wanted to work with them for a long time. They are one of the most compliant exchanges I've ever seen. Yes, they are KYC, but they have all the licenses, whether you're in Europe, whether you're around the world, you'll be able to use them. They have a Web3 arm, so you can use within the centralized exchange interface, you can use their web app as well, a Web3 wallet as well. Go and give them a try. There is a link in the description, but make sure that you only use exchanges that you can trust. Very important, because you don't know what's happening if the market starts dumping. You don't know, if you're not sure, you're trading on one of these DGen exchanges, which is awesome. I just recommend your long-term holds to have it on a cold wallet or to have it at a place like OKX. There was a link in the description. I do recommend you check them out. That said, let me jump into the comments. Let's go. So what's happening here in the chat? What's happening here in the chat? Gustavo is saying, now only foolish Russian. Yeah, supposedly Microsoft is still in. Still is. Yeah, but Sailor also, like, he doesn't care. He is proper multi-cycle. The guy's been accumulating for 5 years now. Enjoy the stream with Ron, thanks. We're so back, we're not back, we're back, we're back, we're not, yeah. Tao, we're gonna look at some tokens. But Tom Lee thinks long term like Ren, just hold. Look at ETH. Clearly daily market structure shift. Clear daily market structure shift. Let's look at ETH. What do you mean? There is to the downside, you mean? Yeah, definitely. To the downside, yeah. It's a market structure break. It's a continuation of the trend. It's clear as day, bro. ETH ETH is not going above 4,300 this year. It's just not. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's not. Great chat, I'm happy. Crash incoming, yes. Is the 417 still in place? So this is a good question, and I'm also debating. I'm very happy that I sold 50% of the stuff, because so the same thing goes on to the total market cap. I genuinely believe that we're gonna go up, but I want to show you something as well here. Look, so if you look back on 2021, right? Look back on 2021. The drop here also lasted, like it was a bleed down, and we didn't have this clear of an invalidation. Bitcoin, the total market was already down like 37% by the time we got the daily, okay? But it's also important to note that there were not many institutions involved. Like it's much more institutionalized, much more buying pressure, much more market making that there was in 2021. So, but even when that happened, we didn't get the pullback all the way to the OB. We didn't. We got the pullback to the OB that caused the actual crash. So if you look at currently, and here we didn't get it at all. Like if you look at this, it just went down. So from the moment it broke below, it went down 34% after going down 36% before that. So it was 67% and you had no chance of getting out, no retrace whatsoever. So, but the reason why I believe we still can see the retrace is because of market maker activity that we can see. Now I lower my target, so less and less, again, I always say I'm not a fortune. I can't tell you what's going to happen next week or a month from now, whatever. I can tell you the trajectory that I'm taking and the plans that I have. Now, if we break above the 3.72 trillion on total market cap, which is a clear rejection, I would say the next target that I want to see is 3.9. And if we don't reject there either, yes, then potentially we're going to do this, and then we're going to come back a little bit, and then we target the 417. But until then, unfortunately, I see less and less possibility for us getting back to the 4.17 trillion. There's just no reason for it to do so, because rejection here, it has to go through some major rejections. Then you have for the hedge funds around 4 trillion, people who are hedging here and then they got short. You know, like there's so many levels that you need to look out for. And I'm not sure that we're actually going back to the 4.17 trillion. Do your own research. Yes, do your own research. Do your own research. So Zcash, I sold Zcash. I sold Zcash yesterday. I sold the remaining. I sold the 50% up there. Let me just look here. So this is not relevant because I sold. But if I didn't sell, this was a 15% stop loss. And then I said, oh, by the way, oh, shoot. So in one of the groups that I'm in with the friends, I said 450. Look at this, 461 bounce. Let's see what it did. Yeah, 450 is the level. Again, look at this. Like, why on earth would anybody long this? Like, why would you long this? Again, maybe I'm the idiot, but it doesn't make any sense for me to long this. The moment we broke below here, I sold. Why? Because when we got up here, no, actually, where did we sell? I sold it yesterday evening. Yeah, around here. Oh yeah, the wick. Yeah, the wick. And then I sold it here, exactly. 580 something. So again, market structure. So you have a low, you have a high, you have a 50% retrace. We longed here, almost perfect entry. Rode it all the way up, wick down. I sold about 50% here, and then sold about 50% here. I think 450 for Zcash is a great entry. Multiple reasons. One of them being is that the proper daily entry is down here. And if you pull this from the bottom, oh, it's actually came back 50 now. But I think I looked at it on Binance. And on Binance, the level was 452 something. So I'm pretty close, but we need to see a higher high here at like 584 before I even touch this thing. And it's not happening so far. So I would want to see this and then a market structure and then moon. But until then, no reason to touch. Is Sonic dead or not? I've been holding of jumping in. Best to wait for flying tulip or it's over for them. You know, if you've been holding, let's look at what happened if you've been holding. I mean, yeah, let's look at this. So if you've been holding Sonic, what is this? Since October 5th, it's down 53%, bro. So yeah, I mean, yeah, So I held Sonic as well, but I told you I'm selling 50% after this thing. On the 18th, I made this post that is pinned on my X. And I sold 50% on all my risky plays. So yeah, it's about 20% down since then. And it was down massively. It was down like 42% since my exit. And these pumps are what I said. If you follow me on X, you know that I've been tweeting about this, and I said the next 30 to 90 days, 30 to 90 days is every single pump is there to liquidate you and trap you, and this is what is happening here. Sonic is incredible. It is incredible in terms of tech, finality, is the fastest chain, it's very cheap, it's very good for adoption, especially stablecoin adoption. But I think the narrative is running and these tokens are not running, so I don't know what to tell you. I remember, and I clearly remember, bidding Sonic here in May at like 60 cents with the mentality of I'll just hold. And then this happened. So yeah. Would I sell now? It's a tough question because I do believe we need to get a retrace. But what if the retrace doesn't come? Then you're screwed. So I can't make the decision for you, but yeah. From technical perspective, Sonic is great. It's great. Zcash short term, we just did it. How is the secure in Pinex? So again, like the same thing. I have my Pinex stuff up. Like look, again, if you're watching the 100x Club, you know, I have my bots up. Like net, I'm up on the bots. ETH long is up 65%. Sol is 10. Tau is 30. Hype is 15. Arrow is 111. 𝗙𝗍𝗘𝗙𝗪 is 55. And then I have some down, like Cake is down 2%, Sui is down 40%, Doge is 10, 12, Esther is 32. So net I'm up, but I'm thinking about this today. The reason why I have the bots running is because it doesn't make sense to close them. This is what they made for, to actually leverage in. And do you think that layer in, and we do think that we need to have a final pump, but you need to be ready if it doesn't come. Who else is long Zcash? Dupes also think that ETH comes back to 3,000. 3,000 is the baseline. Is there any good or bad macro news this week incoming? I think the government shutdown, the end of the government shutdown is going to be good. Wednesday, I think Wednesday is some inflation numbers. I don't know. We're gonna look at. I can look it up later. But Wednesday is. I think Wednesday we have some. Let me just look here. Wednesday is. No good. Thursday. I'm just show you what I'm doing. Oh yeah, Thursday CPI. Yes, Thursday CPI. If CPI comes in wrong, bruh, done. Done. Sheldon is long in. I know, always. OKX was the best until KYC in the Netherlands. But again, like, you know, I've been thinking so much about this. You can use OKX for your business. You can, they're like, you know that they're not gonna go under. They're title sponsors for F1. They're like proper. If you need to, like, if I look at a legislation standpoint and if I look at an exchange, I look at OKX as being like the exchange to go to. Mirror, again, same shit. I'm holding. But I told you it's like less than 0.2% of my portfolio. My Pinex bots mostly got ragged on the Black Swan. So some of that, yeah, I took a big hit. I think we talked about this back then. I don't remember exactly, but I think it took a big hit. But I had like 5 bots that survived by miracle. We need bot short for Bitcoin. Not yet. The reason why I don't want to set up a short bot yet is because I'm still waiting for this final push, if it comes. If it doesn't come, then that's it. We're just gonna short the. I think this is going to be like very telling, because if you have the market structure here on the daily and we retrace and we reject, I'm taking a short from here. So I'm gonna close my bots. I'm gonna close. I close my long positions. I'm potentially gonna sell another 50% of my Sol and the ETH that I have left, and I'm just gonna wait for this to play out, because if we cannot break even this at 371, that's a major red flag and weakness. Today I'm not on shrooms. Show is great anyway. Thanks. Alts feel like they're at all-time low, especially on last cycle prices. What are your thoughts on DC and now on strong narratives? Here's the problem. Let me pull up, I don't know, Doge, because Doge is, you know, multi-cycle and whatever. Let me pull up Doge. This is, Doge. 2021, right? when things started falling, whatever, 2021 November, right here. Okay. So if you look at this, you say, why don't I have a chart that is like longer? What listed Doge? Maybe Bitstamp? No, maybe Binance had it listed longer. Oh yeah, okay, look here. Beautiful, beautiful example. Look at this. So imagine that you don't see anything else. You see this, right? So you are back here in 2021 June, and you're like thinking what to do, and you just look at this chart and you go, okay, well this looks like amazing, you know, like holy shit, like this is the buying opportunity of a century. We do have an OB here. We came in here. We kind of have some kind of 4-hour structure change here. That's actually no, but anyway, look at this. The same fucking wick as well. Everything. The more I look at this, I can't be bullish. Anyway, so you look at this and you go, well, look, like Doge is down in 2 months. Is down 60%. It must be a great buying opportunity. Like it must be. Look at this. Like we had these prices in April and now it's July, and I wish I could buy when we were up here in May. I wish I could buy the same prices in April. And then you just start looking at the chart and you buy, and it just keeps dipping. The dip keeps dipping, and it keeps dipping. And something that you thought was cheap because it was a 70% discount is suddenly extremely freaking cheap at another 70% discount. The fact that it didn't drop, the fact that it didn't drop lower doesn't mean, although the fact that it dropped so much doesn't mean that it's cheap. If you look here, November 2021, you thought you're getting it at a what? You're getting it at a 70% discount. You load up here because, holy shit, this is the best thing. And then the thing drops another 75% from your entry. Not even talking about the fact that you bought it up here. Short bots, wait for it. They're coming, but I don't want to get wrecked. So wait for it. So why not short now? Because I'm not shorting because I do believe that we need, that first of all, if I get a rejection on the 4-hour here, or I get a retrace to the daily and a rejection, I am going to short. But shorting now is also front running because then you're trying to be a fortune teller wizard, which you can be. So like here, I think this is a liquidity inducement trap. I think we're going to come back to the 4-hour. People are going to start calling for lower when Bitcoin drops like 103, whatever. Then we have a final push. People are going to call again for all-time highs. We reject from the daily and then come lower. This is what I think is going to happen. We yet to see, but ultimately this is what I think is going to play out. So that's why I'm not shorting just now. I'm flat. At point would be bear season soon theory get invalidated. Simple. A break above the 4 trillion market cap. My wife is not gonna be happy me dropping my ring. Put a ring on it. I'm asking for Tao since start. Please give some tea. I'm so sorry. I was kind of busy with the show here. Let me just do Tao for you now. So, Tao. I've been asking for Tao since the beginning of the show. Okay. So Tao is super strong, very strong. But again, it doesn't mean that it can drop another 70%. It doesn't mean. Tao went down to $100. Even if it just fills the 50% of that big, it's 45% from here and potentially 60%, which I've been calling for, 60% from the top. So yeah, I mean, if I look at this, also like, why would I buy here? Like, what's the... And even worse, this is even this is even going below here. Did that close below there? It's not an impulsive close, but is that a close? No, it's not. Okay, but it is like if it starts closing below 350, it's done. Like that's a clear market structure break, market structure shift, retrace and nuke. I can't look at any of the charts. And this is, you know, and I'll be honest with you, this is like very much of a cognitive dissonance for me a little bit because everybody around me is screaming long. You know what I mean? Most of the people are screaming long. And I look at the charts and I can't come here and tell you that the longs are the play. I just can't. I just can't. How about near? Do you really want me to look at near? I haven't looked at it, but we can. I mean, oh, near is actually a great short. I'm not even joking. Like, this is the exact same pattern that's going to play out with so many tokens. Look at this. High here, 4 hour, Done. And it's even rejected. Oh, there was no close above. Okay. If this would be down here, rejection 2.6. Maybe we'll weak this liquidity, but near is also going to be like, what is the October? When I'm 40, the recovery was very strong. Why is that? It's 80% up. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be a good short. What pump? TC is puking its guts out. What is TC? I don't know what TC is. Thanks for answering that, Fefe. You're welcome. 4 trillion the key then. 3. So for me, the first target is 3.7. 3.7 and then 3.9. These are the two major levels. We need USDT. Okay, let's do that. I'm actually interested. Okay, let me guess. From I swear I didn't look at the USDT dominance chart in probably like months now, okay? So let me guess what the USDT dominance chart is doing. USDT dominance chart is most likely back at a major weekly level, showing a lower time frame, higher high on the 4-hour. That's what I would guess. Okay, no, it's actually coming into resistance, but recovery here. Retrace. Is that a close below? No, it's just wicks, okay. Retrace. Can push higher. Retrace. I mean, could fall as well, actually. Could fall as well. This is not a resistance, by the way, just for anybody wondering. This is not a resistance because this level was not strong enough to push lower. So the draw on liquidity is definitely this up here. So I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin, what is USDT dominance, go above 8% in the next 2-3 months. That's a 50% pump on USDT dominance, bro. Sure. Oh, but I'm right. I'm right. Look at this. This is the weekly level. This is the weekly OB. This is the one that created the high. It literally just retraced to that level. Bounce, bounce, and it's a W formation as well. You see, anything I do, and this is why I like this show, because we come here, we talk, and I look at this, and I can't say, oh my God, it's gonna drop, and you know, going to fill the week of the 10th, probably link, please, curve. And I'm just gonna be honest here, bluntly honest, why the fuck are you even interested in that? Like, but being that's a curve, like curve. Oh my God, Fefe, curve, analyze curve. The future is DeFi. Like, what do you want me to analyze? No, but I'm being dead honest. Like what? Like Fefe, curve. Let's do curve. Well, Curve Finance is down 97% from its 2022 highs. Probably a good buy, bro. It's at 96% discount, especially if you're holding multi-cycle. I mean, this thing literally went to zero almost. Look at this. Short. It's a short. Low, high. This is nothing. Low. Yeah, it can have a little bit more into this region. Nothing to see here. Great stuff, and I'm happy. Is it accurate to say that Sui has been bearish since December? Sui, let's look at Sui. Since December last year, or like... Yeah, look at this. Look at this from July. This thing is down 60%. But I do believe that just makes it a little bit more appealing that next year is going to be massive. Like I think there is no way that the rate cuts happen, liquidity starts flowing in, and there's nobody picking these things up at 90% discount. Like I just think 2026 is gonna be good. Please don't leave us again. I never leave you. You're tired. I'm tired because my kiddo woke me up and kept me awake for a long time. Polkadot top 30. I bought at 2.5. Let's see. Drum roll, please. Oh, you bought at 2.5. That's amazing. That's actually very, very good. You're not like the 99% of the people who bought it at 33. Like that's already like winning. And thinking about the fact that you bought at 2.5, I mean, you're actually up like 30%. That's pretty cool. If you think about this again, draw on liquidity, OB. Shit, I'm gonna put my entire net worth and short all these things. So yeah, nothing to see here either. How does the current market structure differ from the April lows? That's a very smart question. Let's look at it. Let's look at the total market cap. Let's bring in March and April. Couple of things. One of the first thing that comes to mind is that there is no daily structure break. This here is only 2 consecutive candles. There's no 3 consecutive candles. There's just simply no structure break. This is the daily OB. This is the first time when you have a consecutive candle line and then it pushes to all-time highs from there. It's the first time. Second, here you have a beautiful, beautiful recovery. Like you can look at these, right? You can just look at the levels and you see a recovery. Do you think you missed, like, and again, I think it's just going to be a very good play. I don't know if the Clippers are going to do anything about this, but if you look at this and you buy here, let's not forget that in April, from December to like we're looking at February, right? So from the January high to February, it's 23% on the total. So you're looking at this thinking, holy shit, it's a buy of the century. I'm going to buy 25, 30% cheaper. Now, would you be sad, even if you time the very bottom here, would you be able to hold another 20%? And if you did, would you just not be happy to start deploying back here when you have confirmation for a reversal? Because I would be. I would much rather wait and miss this, whatever, 20% pump and deploy knowing that there is a daily structure shift here than to start deploying here and here and here and here and hope that we're not going to go below. So if you look here, it's completely different because there is a structure break. There is a new high formed. It is coming lower. And yes, as the market structure, the same way as that did. And at some point, we are going to reverse. And that's the reversal that we're waiting for. And I hope that the reversal happens before we actually nuke, so I have time to actually get out and wait for the massive sell-off. But we have to see. Just good catches the moment. The risk to reward is way too low. Yeah. Join late. Did Fefe sell all his spot bags or he's still riding the fence? I'm still riding the remaining. But again, I sold, I told you on the 18th, I sold all my risky plays. I sold 50% of my Solana, 50% of my ETH. I didn't sell any Bitcoin. I don't even plan to. I mean, if we really go back to all-time highs, I'm probably going to sell some. But that's it. Aster to $2. I mean, if you believe, like, even when CZ tweeted about Aster, right? Look, oh my God, what a freaking short this is going to be. Look, I'm literally dropping a video maybe in a few days on this. Look at this. This here, this is CZ buying. That's how sustainable that was. One of the biggest people in the space, one of the biggest characters in the space has openly told you that he bought millions of dollars worth of this token. He's an advisor now for them. He has vested interest in Aster. And his pump lasted a 1 day and 20 hours. And what do I think if this thing is going to $2? Well, I think it's not going to $2. I think it's actually coming up, major rejection, and then stairs up. And then it's going to reject, and then it's going down to sub $1. Can you put a poll up? I'm actually interested. Like after all this, if you've been here and watched the whole reasoning and whatever, I want to know what you think after this. Do you think that the bottom is in and it's a great idea to buy and layer in and hold and whatever, or you think it's just best to wait out and then sell on every bounce? Damn, my link short is up 43% since yesterday. Many influencers did not agree with rent on holding. Arrow Fefe. Hi all. Hi Fefe. Hi. No. You have to chart Esther using the DEX chart. Oh, I have to? Oh man, I'm so sorry. For a second I thought this was my show. But I mean, I'll do what you say. I'll do it. This pump is not trustworthy. Charmander! When are you going to advance to Charizard? We see you here every day. I'm so happy to see you. You should surprise us to be Charizard at one time. I like AVAX, but it feels like there are barely no good projects being built on it. Thoughts, Fefe? Yeah, you see that correctly. Any idea about 𝗠𝗏? No idea about 𝗠𝗏. Like, you just look at the chart. All-time high technicals are at the bottom. All high-time technical are at bottom. I don't know what that means. Nope, not evolving. I'll catch them all. Who think the bottom is in are delusional. I said it. I mean, I didn't say it, you said it. Retail won't be back. I think good time to just farm on DEX. Yes! So I'm gonna bring you a cool DEXs as well. There are some great opportunities. I'm gonna talk about them maybe even tomorrow. We might do a live trading show. I meant to show how obvious it is to GG, to Subway. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay guys, I think this is it. Again, please make sure that you check the link in the description. Join in on the community. I'm gonna update you here. Make sure to subscribe to the 𝗙𝗏𝗡 Club as well. I drop daily updates, 5 to 10 minutes. And come here and subscribe because I'm gonna come back and chat more with you guys. I think these thought processes are really cool. We're gonna do a lot of live trading as well. And also make sure that you are in a safe exchange. Make sure that you actually use an exchange that you can trust, that is trustworthy and not gonna gamble all your funds. So make sure you do that. Guys, I truly appreciate your time. I think it was the longest stream, but I think it was worth it. Check out this video. This is going to be the update on the 𝗙𝗏𝗡 Club from today. And make sure to subscribe by clicking here. And I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. Take care of your funds. Not financial advice. Take care. Ciao.